It was brick city out there. Like, it's winter. I mean, she wasted no time. She said Thanksgiving is over. Like, windy as hell. Hi y'all, it is the Sunday after Thanksgiving. My fridge is empty, and I'm telling you, empty. I had guests over and I was like, well, I got protein bars, so I have 3 pieces of bread. Let's have that. So I'm about to show you what I'm doing as far as meal planning for the week and then going out grocery shopping, and I'll show you what I get after. But before that, I'm going to tell you how my morning is going. Got my water. I have my little protein shake. I'll show you how I made that. And then, well, before anything, clearly you already know that is the coffee. Is there anything better than coffee? The answer is no, so don't say anything else. But it's like one of those questions that you have to ask, right? It's like, because the world is vast. There might be something, but I haven't found it. Okay. So we got the coffee, we got the water, we got the protein shake, all the liquids to wash this guy down. So I started taking this a while ago. This is clearly not sponsored, just 2 of you watching, so relax. It has omega-3, B12, iron, D3, zinc, iodine, vitamin K2, and selenium. This is formulated for plant-based eaters, so it's great. This is super helpful because I'm not buying a multivitamin that just has a whole bunch of stuff that I don't need, right? Like vitamin C, I probably get 200% of what I need. Vitamin A, things like that. So it's like, why am I going to get a regular multivitamin? So this is really helpful because you only get the stuff that you need that is not necessarily lacking in a vegan diet, but you're not hitting your RDIs with it, right? So stuff like this is, I find, really helpful. So the protein shake, this is a really good brand. I like their to-go shakes, like their bottled shakes as well. It's really convenient because a lot of stores have it. And then I decided to buy this. There was a channel who multiple channels who did like taste tests of vegan protein, and I really appreciate them because a lot of those videos is like they'll try 30 of them and you're like, bless your heart, you're doing the work. On a lot of those videos they did mention that this really tasted great as far as how much it costs versus the other ones that also tasted great. So they are not wrong. So I highly recommend that. And then obviously for the gains, right? I think you can see behind me, I picked up another bottle at my brother's house this Thanksgiving. I was like, you're giving it away? Say less. But not that that's that serious because creatine is so cheap. If you're buying the tried and true creatine monohydrate, truly it's just get on it. Okay, so we have our beverages together. We have my ashiness together. Oh golly. Okay, so I'm trying to get out of this place as soon as possible. So let me tell you what I'm doing as far as meal planning for the weeks. So I have a whiteboard now because that's what we're doing here on the internet. It's whiteboards, but also it's just very helpful as far as not wasting a lot of paper and being able to write large and erase very easily and not having a whole bunch of scratches on the page. So that's helpful to me. What I've already done here, you can see, is that I've put in all the stuff that I want to use up. If I sound rough, it's because I am. I have a little bit of green beans left from a Trader Joe's bag that I bought. You know, there's a good quantity, but it's not like the biggest bag. So I'm going to buy more of that because there's some left over that I do want to use up. I have a bunch of lentils right here in this cabinet over here. That's where I keep all my dried goods and stuff. I have a whole bunch of that, and I figure it's soup season and it's time to get the lentils out. So they can stay in there for like another year probably, but I put it on my use up list because it's definitely something that I want to think of incorporating into the meals that I'm going to have this week. Cabbage, the problem slash solution with cabbage is it lasts forever and there's so much of it per head of cabbage. So you buy it for something, you use a little bit, and then you're like, oh, dang, I have so much cabbage. So what I'm gonna do is find some way to use that up. We'll figure it out. And I also have an open jar of pasta sauce that's been open for like 2 weeks now. It smells fine, it tastes fine. It's been in the back of the fridge, like basically almost frozen, so it's fine, but I do really want to use that up. In one of my previous videos, you saw me using it. That was when I opened it, So now I'm starting to think of, okay, what do I have that I really want to use, and how do I make meals around that? I already mentioned that I wanted to make a soup. It is soup season officially, at least in this household. If it's not soup season in your household, are you in the southern hemisphere? Like, what's going on? Because it's freezing. I think with what we have here, we already have a good soup going. I can do like a lentil cabbage soup. So that's something that I would probably want to have at night, just to have that like cozy big bowl of soup. So let's start making our plan. Why did I write it that way? What's going on? I'm erasing it. We gotta be aesthetic here. We're trying. We gotta get the views. We gotta get the views up. Okay, so I've divided up the whiteboard here between breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. A lot of people just do breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then figure out the rest, or just grab whatever. I do like to at least make a list of snacks that I can keep in my mind to be like, I'm a little hungry, I don't want a meal. Okay, I know I have blank to go grab, right? So for breakfast, I don't want to show you another oatmeal. Not for now. I feel like I've given you 2, possibly 3 oatmeal videos already, so I want to make a tofu scramble. I actually have not had, this is going to sound wild as a vegan, I haven't had tofu scramble in a while, actually. You saw me make a just egg patty video last week. So I think I'm gonna make it more tofu, and if I find a just egg, then I'll use that as well. You'll see. So I'm gonna make a tofu scramble. I think I'm gonna bulk it up with mushrooms, peppers, and spinach. Yes. And I need a carb source in there. I think with the soup later on in the day for dinner, I'm gonna have some bread. So maybe I won't have bread in the morning. So what I'm gonna, potatoes. Over Thanksgiving, I was at my brother's house, and his girlfriend made just this wonderful potato hash. Mine's probably not going to be as good as hers because she put a lot of love in that. So, but I am on a potato kick. So I'm going to have potatoes in the morning, which is something I don't often do, and that's going to change. All right. And it's as easy as that. What's the mood? How do I get the veg in? How do I get the protein in? And how do I make it a full meal? Boom, that's it. And then of course things like spices, sauces, all that sort of stuff we can figure out later. Although I'll tell you right now, it's gonna be hot sauce, yes. Okay, for lunch. So I do have the pasta sauce on the list of things to use up, and I think I am going with soup for dinner. So maybe let's do pasta for lunch. And actually that's a really easy thing to travel with to work, right? I do work from home some days, and I do go into the office other days. So that's going to be perfect. So that's what I'm going to do for lunch. Pasta. Let me actually check if I have pasta. That's going to come in important later when we're figuring out what we need. So let me just going to go check with my dry stuff. Okay. So we do have the bonza back here, so we're good to go on that. Pasta sauce. What's our additional protein? So the bonza pasta, what I like about it is that it does have a good dose of protein, but it leaves room for more, right? So for myself, I usually like to have somewhere around 30 grams per meal. So that will give me 11, 12, 15, something like that, depending on how much I use. So, well, I always have textured pea protein on hand. So if I don't find something fun to use at the store, I'll probably just use that. All right, so we have our pasta, we have our protein, which also is gonna bulk it up a little bit, and then we have our pasta sauce. So we gotta have a veggie on the side. I always struggle with this. When I make a pasta that's like a red sauce pasta, I'm like, okay, what do I have on the side? And I always tend to have kind of the same things. I am trying to use up these green beans, so I could have green beans on the side. That works. Yes, and I'm not gonna put that in the soup, so I think that's what we're doing. Okay, green beans. I literally just got done saying I always do the same thing, and yes, in fact, I do always have green beans with my... Listen, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? If they have zucchini, I love zucchini. I love squash. Any type of squash. It's just... So I think I might see if they have a big bag of zucchini, and then I'll get that. So I'm adding zucchini to lunch. And if not zucchini, then we'll do broccoli. Broccoli I have not had in a while. This is how our lunch is looking like. For the veg down here, I'm not really going to get all of those things. I might get one or the other, right? So I'm not going to have green beans, zucchini, and broccoli with my pasta. It'll probably be one or two of those things. So we'll just see what mood strikes me when I'm actually shopping. But this way, at least I have an idea going in. I can make sure that I look for that and I get that. But also to make sure that I'm not overbuying, because that's really the worst thing when you just buy a whole bunch of stuff and then by the end of the week you haven't eaten any of it and it's going bad, you know, because it's a lot of fresh veg. And so that I really don't like to do. I don't like buying things that is like a hopeful product. It happens a lot with fruit for me. I am trying to eat more fruit, so I'll buy something and then by the end of the week I'm like, well, let's figure out how to, okay, I guess it's just gonna go in the compost. Dinner. So I mentioned a couple times that I am really into the soups right now, so it's going to be a lentil cabbage soup for sure. I do need some broth. I do not have broth right now. I really need to consider getting that broth that I normally like, because that you buy it once and it lasts forever, but I've just been getting the cartons these days. The good thing about the cartons too is that a lot of times they have the low sodium version, which I think is great. You still get a whole ton of flavor and less sodium. There are a lot of people that are like, oh, the seasonings and veggies is enough flavor and stuff. And I'm like, I love that for you, sweetheart. That's wonderful. But for most of us, we could probably eat less salt, like absolutely for sure. But like no salt at all. And this is coming from someone who was doing that for a while. Like I was very much into like the no salt, no oil type of thing. And I mean, that's a hard life to lead, and that's a whole other video, and I will probably need a dietitian for that conversation. All right, so we're gonna get some broth. I don't want it to just be lentils and cabbage, so I'm thinking probably carrots, obviously onions. I don't have onions. Gosh, I'm telling you, there is nothing in this household. This dry goods cabinet is ready, willing, and able to help me out today, but the fridge, she's empty. It's like sauces, pickled things, and like one sad half head of cabbage. Like that's truly what's going on right now. I'm not trying to carry like 5 million things. I might just get a bag of frozen mixed veggies. I think that should be enough because that's already like a good mix of things that's in there. And then I definitely need good bread. Monday through Friday, that's going to be 5 servings, maybe 6 for Saturday. So maybe I'll buy little bread rolls, or well, we'll see what they have. We'll see what they have. Okay, and the only greens that I have involved in this is the spinach in the morning. And I realize when the times when I don't have a lot of greens, I kind of feel like, don't know why that is. It's probably just because I really like greens, to be honest. I don't think it's some weird like, you know, deficiency and then you crave like I don't think it's that. I just think I really like greens and I get really sad when I don't eat them. Oh, that's not true. I have cabbage as well. So maybe I don't need an extra greens for the soup. I think I should be fine with that. Yeah. Let's make sure we load up on the spinach in the morning. Okay. So for snacks, I think we are firmly in the citrus season. Am I correct in that? So those little like cuties things, I might get a bag of those. If not, I'll see what's going on with the apples. Okay, so this is everything so far. We made a list of what we have to use up. Today it's just a very sad short list, but we're gonna fix that. And so we made sure to incorporate that throughout each meal, and we made sure that we're hitting our goals for our macros, or, you know, generally we're making sure that we've hit our goals for how much veg and fruit and all of that we want to have. There's a good healthy amount of carbohydrates in each meal. We're good to go. So now I'm going to make a separate list of just what I need to buy at the store, and then we're going to go ahead and do that. All right, so that's our list. Let's go to the store. It's cold as hell. Oh, it's downstairs. This is crazy. What I do to save a buck. This is crazy. And we're back. It was brick city out there. Like, it's winter. I mean, she wasted no time. She said Thanksgiving is over. Like, windy as hell. And thank goodness I was wearing these today, because, you know, these double up as earmuffs. And thank goodness, because I had this on, I had my long sleeve, I had my hat, I had this, I had a jacket with the hat, and it was not enough. It still wasn't enough. It's crazy out here. In any case, I'm back. We're gonna see how I did with my plan, and I'm gonna show you what I got at all these different places. So this week I went to Lidl, Food Bazaar, and BJ's Wholesale. They're all kind of in the same complex, the Bronx Terminal Market, so it was a quick walk between each of those stores. I am a New Yorker, so I don't have a car, but I have a backpack and I have a cart with wheels, and that's how we did this. I'm going to show you. We did the deed. First off, I'll show you what I got at BJ's Wholesale. Actually, there's no rhyme or reason, and I didn't want to unpack everything just to put them back away. This is something that has nothing to do with this meal prep, but I really wanted it. I'm usually not a decorating type, but this caught me. I will obviously take off this hideous bow that's already broken. Whatever, but this is going in my bathroom. It smells really nice, and it went up my nose. Oh, I'll keep it there for the aesthetics. For our soup, I have some ciabatta. Italians, correct me. I love this bread. This actually came in a pack of 2. So yeah, so that's going to be really good to have with my soup. Moving on to Lidl. That's not all I got at BJ's, but I'm picking things up as they come out the cart. So I also have spinach. This is for the breakfast scramble. So I already have some tofu that I'm going to use. I expected to get like a block of tofu, but then I remembered that I have some soft tofu up there in my cabinet, the shelf stable one. So I think I'll just use that along with some just egg to kind of keep its structure a little bit and bulk it up. It also has a decent amount of protein in it for what it is. I got zucchini, so the soup. As I was going through the store, I was making some game time decisions about this soup, and there were some things that were at the store that I was like, okay, I can use this, I can use this. One of those things is this like $1.25 bag of organic butternut squash. It's pre-cut, it's organic, it's in a steamable bag. You got me. You got me. We have our potatoes. Got this whole big, I think 3-pound bag of mandarin oranges. I'm making the commitment. I should have one now. I should have one now. I also do this thing where if I have a whole bunch of something, I'll start off with the least appetizing looking one. Does that even make sense? I don't know. It's like a get it out of the way kind of a thing, and making sure that I don't waste it. I'm weird, but anyway, I'll have this. You won't see it, but I'll be eating this through. Malarkey, confusion, shenanigans. Juicy, okay. You see, this is what I'm talking about. You get the least appetizing one, like the one with all the blemishes and stuff like that, and you open it, it's the same thing as the other ones. Like, it's the same thing. Wow. I'll tell you a story. This takes me back to when I was first starting to work out, because I was also changing my diet to include more fresh foods and blah, blah, blah. At that point, I had decided, okay, I'm going to eat more fruits. And mandarin oranges were the thing that I had decided. So every night after my workouts, at like 7:30ish p.m. on my way home, I'd crack open one of these and I'd be on the train doing this. Full mouth, sorry. Oh, at BJ's Wholesale, you can get extremely large bags of greens. Okay, so I got this extremely large bag of extra fine green beans. Amazing. 4 pounds. 4 pounds is gonna last me forever. And this is organic spinach and kale. You cannot go wrong. It's delicious, and this also lasts me ages. Pro tip, if you're someone who lives in a city or commutes by walking or public transport or something like that, and you have to carry your groceries, things like this that close back up, if you open it, crush all the air out, and then close it again, it fits way better in your bags. And you're going right home anyway, so it's totally fine. That's exactly what I did with this, and that's the only way all of this fit in my backpack. Pro tip. At Lidl, we also got our unsweetened almond milk. This I'll be using probably for protein shakes, protein ice cream, that sort of stuff. I still have a carton of soy milk, like one small carton of soy milk, and a little bit of that non-dairy creamer left from the last video. So that's what I'll use for my coffee, and this will be for everything else. It was on sale, and this cost less than the 96 ounce thing from BJ's. So I think this ended up being $4 altogether. I mean, come on. For my soups, I'm getting these. They had 2 versions. They had a vegetable stock and a vegetable broth. I still don't understand the difference between stock and broth. If you know, please let me know. Leave it in the comments, because someone's got to know. Why do you have so many different ones and it's pretty much the same thing? In any case, the other one had way more sodium per serving, so I decided to get this one. Also, this one was on sale. I can't tell you what my decision would have been if the other one was on sale. It's a balancing act, folks. Then we also got mushrooms. This is for the tofu and just egg scramble. One was enough, right? One's enough, yeah. I was gonna get peppers and onions separately, but this is a bag that's already pre-cut. You can sense a theme of this woman is tired, so I'm just gonna be using this to throw in, and I think that'll work out. The only thing is that with the tofu scramble, you don't want it to be like kind of soggy, like with a lot of moisture, so I'll really have to cook this down and make sure that it doesn't get bogged down with the water content that's in there. Also, another game time decision, I got some avocado spray. I love this stuff. Avocado oil is wonderful. It's funny, I don't really eat avocados. I know that's shocking to hear from a vegan. I cannot stand avocados. I don't care for the flavor that much. I used to eat them a lot as a kid before they were cool, because my family's Haitian and that's what we did. We ate avocados, we eat avocados, period. But I don't know, as an adult, I'm just like, I don't need this. I don't know. Don't know what it is. I'm a liar. I do know it did make me feel really icky and give me gastrointestinal issues. Can't explain it. It doesn't seem to happen to anyone else. I just don't bother with it. But avocado oil seems to be fine. I should revisit avocados again. I'll try it. I will try it. This is great for anything that goes in the air fryer. The potatoes, I may or may not spray a little bit of this. I have one already that was open that I'm using, but yeah, it's probably towards the end of its life, so I wanted to stock up just in case. And environmentalists, don't get on me. I know this is bad, but I had to get the paper towels. I'm trying. You see, I have some cloth towels. Another game time decision, I got this from Food Bazaar. It was on sale for, I believe, $4.99, $3.99, $4.99. And Boca brand, I feel like a lot of vegans sleep on Boca just because it's like an OG brand and it's not like new and sexy or whatever. But I mean, these have very simple ingredients comparative to some of the newer stuff like Beyond and whatnot. And I love Beyond Meat. I love Impossible and all of those stuff. These taste amazing. And the macros can't be beat for this sort of thing. There's 6 servings in here, and per serving there's 11 grams of protein, 0 grams of fat, which is wild, and then 5 grams of carbohydrates, 4 of which are fiber. So like, come on, you know what I mean? Like, that's amazing, especially if you're just using it to bump up protein in a meal that already has some protein. This is an excellent thing to add. So you can probably do the math on your own, but this is 60 calories per serving. Again, you truly can't go wrong. And the sodium is not that bad compared to other faux meats. It's 190 milligrams per serving. And it's something that you don't have to season again, you know what I mean? Like people do that, but I don't see the need for that, especially if it's already there for you. So what's the deal with that? So this I'm going to use in the tofu scramble. I think that along with the tofu and along with the just egg will probably land me somewhere. And the potatoes, I guess, have a couple grams here and there. So, and the spinach too, whatever. But as far as high quality protein, this will probably land me somewhere in the 30 range, which is where I'm trying to get to. I'll also have probably some soy milk in my coffee as well. So yeah, I'll definitely be in that 30, 35-ish grams that I'm aiming for. And finally, just in time, because some of these things are thawing out, I was taking so long to get my life together, but our last item. So I had never seen this at Lidl before. I wonder if it's some overstock from other stores. I'm not sure if they do that, but it seemed like the case because this branding is just not, it's something that doesn't look like it's theirs. But maybe it is. Who's to say? It's a vegetable soup starter, and it has all the things that I needed. Onions, garlic, carrots, celery. And it even has some kale and I think some thyme, it looks like. Well, I can just read it, can I? Hold on. Carrot, celery, onion, kale, garlic, and thyme. Wow, I'm good, aren't I? Look at her. She knows things. So this is probably what I'm going to use for my soup. But this is what I'm going to use for my soup. I don't know why I talk like that. Along with this, because I feel like it needed a little bit more orange, I guess, more color and more flavor. So this together with this, possibly some tomato paste. I have plenty of that left. The broth and lentils. And I also forgot that I made a seitan last week or the week before, and I just made way too much. Like I think I made 2 loaves somehow. I don't know what I was miscalculating. So I put it in the freezer, and I think I'm gonna tear that up and put that into the soup. So it could be like a lentil, cabbage. Oh yeah, the cabbage. I'm also lentil, cabbage, veggie, and seitan chicken type soup along with the bread. I think that'll be really good and really exciting for dinner. Exciting for me anyways. And that's pretty much it. That is our meal plan and grocery haul for this week. I hope that was interesting. I hope that gave you some ideas. I really hope that it gets you thinking about, okay, what do I already have at home and how can I make that into meals for next week so that I'm not wasting, that I'm meeting my goals, that I am excited about what I'm going to eat for next week. And yeah, let's keep going, y'all. Let's get after it. Let's go. All right. Talk to you soon. Bye.